I think what's going to happen is I think a lot of individuals are going to plead guilty when they're not actually guilty. I think that's what's going to happen. I think what's going to happen is a lot of individuals who don't have the ability to hire civilian defense counsel and know how to fight this are going to go to their local trial defense service office or the local defense service office. They're going to go in and say, well, I've been accused of this sexual assault. I didn't commit this offense, or this rape I didn't commit. And they're going to be told, hey, you're facing a mandatory minimum of 10 years in confinement, 10 to 20 years for each charge. And they're going to get scared. And what's going to happen is they're going to see a lot of pleas to try to get downward departures. So I think you are going to have individuals who otherwise would try these cases and have the right to a jury trial and fight their case. Individuals who don't have access to competent and highly skilled attorneys are going to plead because they're scared out of their mind that if they lose, they're facing a minimum 10-year sentence. So I think that's going to be the fallout of this. It's so new. We haven't seen, how this is going to play out. But again, we see that in the federal system all the time, where the guidelines are so high, people don't want to try cases because the loss now is monumental, where I can say, well, if we take the case to trial and we lose the case, we still have a great sentencing case that we can present to the panel members, and we're likely going to get 6, 8, 10 months confinement, or even if it's longer than that, it becomes a manageable period where you're saying, I'm willing to risk this certain amount of confinement in order to try the case. It's just a risk-benefit analysis. Now it's, well, you're going to get a mandatory 10-year minimum on a rape offense. You're like, well, maybe how confident are you you're going to win? Because I can't do 10 years or 20 years, and that's the minimum. And so that's where I think the real problem is going to be. You're going to see more guilty pleas for people that shouldn't be pleading guilty, less cases going to trial, and a hell of a lot more service members spending lengthy incarceration sentences, which you never saw before. So it really puts the onus on individuals like myself and other civilian defense counsel that for these service members that are innocent or that have been wrongfully accused of these offenses, the requirement to win this is monumental. And so you certainly are really going to have to make sure they've got competent counsel who know how to fight their case and aren't just scared, because the consequences for losing have been increased dramatically by these changes in the law. If you're under investigation for or have been accused of a crime that occurred in 2024 or after, you are facing harsh punishments under the mandatory sentencing guidelines. Please reach out to us so we can explain these guidelines to you and how to actually win your case and not end up in prison. You can reach us at 813-669-3500 or book a consultation with me on our website at www.bileckilawgroup.com.